Every year, man, when we do this, COVID held us up for a little while, but we're back at it, and it's pretty cool. We collected a few already this morning, and if you would have asked me at the end of the day, I would say it's a success already. So this is huge, and knowing what we're doing for the city this is what it's all about.
Well, and this means something to you.
Oh yeah.
Just because you've got some history with this.
Oh yeah. You know, the whole reason, why we're here today is really based on some life experiences, and for me to be able to represent the city and bring something that maybe will help with a situation that I dealt with when I was a kid. It's huge for me, and knowing that it takes care of a lot of safety issues that, of course, they're unknown because we have the weapons.
Yeah.
So what this could be, we don't know because we actually have the weapons now. So. Yeah.
That's the thing. All of these that are being collected, you just don't know that it could be something. It could have be 6 months from now. Yeah. You could be talking about some kind of a tragedy.
Yeah, and the reality is people are turning the weapons in for a reason. It's their own reasons, and we don't ask questions, so we don't. It's not for us to care what that reason is, but they care enough to bring the weapon. Right? There's something in every story of a reason of why somebody bought that weapon, and respectfully, we don't ask, so we don't know what that story is.
It's interesting how when you first did this, those first couple of times, there was all this uproar.
Yeah.
And you kept saying, just what you said now. This is, we're not taking anything from you.
Yeah, I miss those people too, man. They should come out and visit. They should come out and visit. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, man, hey, they brought a lot of steam to what we were doing. And
a lot of attention.
Yeah, and there was also a lawsuit that was involved in the very beginning to try to stop this from happening. So, hey, man, I mean, every little bit helps, and I miss those folks as well, because they brought more attention by trying to say what we were doing. They brought actually more attention to what we were really doing. So the word got out even stronger with a little, opposition to it.
Well, and this is serious stuff. Just because you talk about your situation, I mean, you were young and you saw a murder.
Yeah.
And that I don't know that's not anything you can ever just sweep away.
Yeah, it's there, and when I hear about different crimes and stuff, I always think about that. And then me as a local, if you want to call it politician, elected official, when I look at these situations and then I look at things on the state in a bigger level, it's like people should tap into what we're doing here in Fredericksburg. It's obviously not happening, right? But Fredericksburg is fine. So, that's the way I see about it. But when folks are talking about and doing press conferences about guns and there was a shooting over here, you're wasting your time because we have a solution right here.
Yep.
So yeah, any high office elected official, you're wasting your time when you do these press conferences. If you're not here, you're really wasting your time. If you don't know what we're doing in Fredericksburg, you're still wasting your time. I can't say it any other way.
Well, and you always talk about Murder Free Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
And you're one and, in quotes, politician. When there are shootings and when there are killings in Fredericksburg, that impacts you, and you'll talk about it at council. And, it's not as though you you've never been to, well, this is going to happen. You've never accepted it.
It shouldn't happen. And the reality is when something happens in Fredericksburg, it affects everybody. You're going to come across a teacher. You're going to come across a Fred bus driver. You're going to come across somebody at the grocery store that's either a family member of the victim or the shooter, or something. It's always going to be something. Somebody went to school with somebody. That's how close-knit Fredericksburg is. So the reality is when something happens, it affects everybody. And you can't say that it doesn't. You cannot say that it doesn't affect you because somehow it does. Somebody played Parks and Rec ball together. There's something that happened, that you have a connection with that person or the family. And that's what makes, Fredericksburg unique. But also, when something happens, it's hard on everybody. So.
This is one day where people can drop things off, but I know you and the city police have worked this out. If next week I discover I've got a gun or I decide I don't want this here, I can still bring it over.
Still bring it anytime. You can always reach out. If you needed to, you can call 911. You can call the non-emergency number. You can come to the police station and you can just knock on the door, ring the buzzer, or walk in and say I have something in my trunk that I want to turn in. And it's the same policy. It's no questions. If you have a weapon that you just don't want around, you can just bring it, and it's that simple. And to the point, we're not taking weapons. You know, this is voluntary.
All voluntary.
Yeah, and I don't know the exact numbers, but I want to say we're at the 200 mark or so. But I can give you more details in the future on that.
It just this one little thing. There's some exciting things going on in Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
There's this, or there are a lot of things. Fredericksburg is really the forefront in a lot of areas right now, and you've been part of that.
Yeah, yo, that's cool. Well, thank you. I'm just working, man. I'm just working, and it's cool, you know. And if I can be an example for somebody that if you put your mind to something, you know, you can do it. I would like to be, you know, that example, especially for the youth. You don't have to be part of all kinds of different things, right? You can have one vision, and you can go off of that vision. And you know, the visions that I had about doing this is one of the things that got me to council. You know, it opened my eyes up and said, wait a minute, you know, maybe that's something I could bring to the table for my city. You know, and that's not to say that I'm always going to be standing here, right? Maybe somebody has a better idea than me. You know, so come get it. And you know, come get it and come do it.
Yeah.
You know, don't sit around and think about it, and don't let naysayers say what you can't do, because a lot of naysayers said that this wouldn't be successful. And here it is 7 years later. Yeah, the sun is shining for a reason today.
And here we are. Here we are. Well, Mr. Vice Mayor, thank you for what you do.
All right, thank you, Mr. Shu.